Ukraine has enough potential to stabilize the world food market, but Russia blocks Ukrainian ports and destroys their production base. President Vladimir Zelensky stated this at the meeting with the UN Secretary General. "We have all the goods to deliver from our ports in the Odessa, Mykolaiv, Kherson, and Zaporizhia regions. However, part of Russia's aggressive policy to our state is the blockade of our ports. It proceeds in this way. In particular, the destruction of our agricultural base," Zelensky said. Ukraine grows enough food to feed 400 million people worldwide, which includes 50% of the world's sunflower oil reserves, 10% of the world's grain reserves, and 13% of the world's corn reserves. Right now, up to 30% of Ukraine's acreage will either not be planted or will not be harvested this year because of Russia. In addition, supply chains from Ukraine have been disrupted by the closure of Black Sea ports and limited ability to transport goods across the western border. The blockade of cities and the lack of seeds and fertilizers make it difficult for farmers to carry out the sowing season. If farmers do not start planting crops now, there will be disastrous consequences this fall. The markets have already reacted. Wheat prices have risen nearly 25% over the past year. It's causing a supply problem, which will affect the availability of food for people all over the world. The problem wouldn't be just in Ukraine, but it would also hit other Eastern European countries hard, as short-term prices would rise and shortages would increase in the long run. This is why small farmers now need support to grow food this season and provide for the domestic needs of the country. Sustainable farming practices need to be introduced in the long term. The current situation has the potential to accelerate the global transition to green energy in the long term, but there are huge implications for energy prices and market structure in the short term. First, countries are working on a contingency plan to respond to oil and gas shortages. The US, UK, and Canada have imposed embargoes on Russian oil and gas imports. The EU is also working on plans to reduce dependence on Russian gas and oil by 2024. Other states and major private energy companies, such as Shell, BP, Equinor, and Exxon, are withdrawing from Russia. The markets reacted with a surge in gas and oil prices. Security and affordability will play a key role in public policy for energy companies.